Hey, this is Redneck Racing 27. I've decided to do that carburetor take it off of there. So I'm gonna try and find a little perch to put my camera up on, to where you can see what I'm doing. But I don't know if it's gonna work. Shit. Hold on a minute. Turn that thing around so I can see what you're saying. So, here we are. That's not gonna work. Oh shit. What am I gonna use? Ah, here we go. Maybe. I really wish I had a tripod. No. Shit. Let's try a can of Mountain Dew. No, let's try that. No, maybe. Can y'all see that okay? Okay, right here is where the air filter goes. There's two nuts right here that you have to undo, which I'm going to go grab my wrenches now out of my toolbox, which is unlocked, I hope. Okay, I now have my wrenches, or socket wrenches, I guess. It's most likely going to be 10 millimeter, nope, 8 millimeter probably. Yep, got 8 millimeter on these. Just gonna loosen this up and pop it off. Over here I have turned the cap over that sits on top to put all my miscellaneous parts in, to where I don't lose them. This is the second Poulan chainsaw I've ever worked on. I like them. They're fairly easy to work on, and fairly cheap, and they run good. Do what they're supposed to. I may have another one coming with a what's it called? Bow bar on it. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a big bar that kind of bows. And it's pretty cool. I don't know what it's used to cut, but I'm gonna end up getting it free because I got a backpack pesticide sprayer found on the side of the road yesterday with a broken strap in the junk, and he may trade for that. So if I get that, I'll be doing pretty good. That's free. All I had to do was open up the handle and unjam it, and then I've got to sew the strap on in the morning, and that'll be good. The fuck? Okay, here. Maybe. Yeah, it's coming off. Maybe. May take a little bit of muscling to get off. And there it went. Next, you're going to want to undo your lead that's going to your kill switch here. And then you're going to want to do your other one. Undo your other one. If it will. There it went. So, now I've got that piece there. It's out. And there's the carb. Okay. So, now you take the little carburetor here, or you take the choke lever, if it'll come off, pull that off, set that aside. Now you take a little screwdriver of some sort, preferably regular, and take your fuel lines off, which these are barely on here, so I don't know what kind of condition they're in either. They look cracked and dry rotted, but I'm not sure. What the fuck was that? Oh, fuel. May have a little bit of fuel flying around. So no, I did. Well, a little more than flying around. It's coming out everywhere. So, thank God for metal desks. The way this looks, I'm gonna have to take this throttle body off, which is just undoing a screw and it slides off, but never liked doing stuff like that. The pain in the ass. Then you gotta get it put back on correctly. Well, maybe not. This one has grooves in it. Shit, where'd it go? Drop the screw. Oh, well, I'll find that later. So, there's the carb. Taken off. And now I will attempt to find the screw I just dropped. I don't know where my magnet is, but that would be a little bit handy right now. Let me see if I can find it. I bet it's in my strap bin. It's not in my strap bin, so we'll just have to wait and pull that out later. The fuel lines don't look too good. I'm probably gonna have to reset the stator gap, but at the moment I'm gonna drain the gas out of it. So for this, I grabbed my trusty Tupperware container and set it on my desk. The cap's on the Poulan. Hold on. The caps on the Poulans are always really bitch to take off from what I've had on all my Poulans. I have 3 Poulans at the moment that I own. One is a 14-inch wood shark that was my first chainsaw. It stopped running, so rather than fixing it, I'm talking to a camera. Just shut up. That is my mom. Say hi to YouTube. Are you gonna say hi?
I said hi.
To YouTube?
Hello, YouTube.
She said hi. And now I'm draining the gas. Now that I've got that drained, it should be good. Gas. I usually save old gas out of chainsaws and such in a soda bottle, and I'll use it for lighting fires this summer. So now that that's out, got all the gas out, back to what we were doing. I have a Poulan 14-inch wood shark that I was telling you about. My dad got pissed one day because it stopped running and he threw it on the ground. So he fucked up the tank on it. So the gas tank on the bottom has the smallest split ever to where you can't see it, but it leaks. So the air is leaking out and it's not staying running like it should. I wonder if there's any oil in this. I don't give a fuck. It's not gonna bother me. So that's out in the shed until I get a new case for it, which is gonna cost me about $50. Yay for spending money. And then down in Tennessee at my other house, I have a Poulan 16-inch chainsaw. It's almost brand new. And then my grandpa has our old Poulan 14-inch that we got just after we got the one that my dad broke because it stopped running by itself. And then about a week later we tried and started again and it started, but by that time we had already bought a new saw, so we just gave it to my grandpa. So, right now what I'm doing is I am unbolting this handle here to take it off to get more clearance. You can see in the camera there's 4 bolts, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the side. Sorry for the no detail in this video. I do not have a tripod at this moment. I'll tell you a story about that. If you look on my other videos, you can see four-wheeler riding and such. My friend, in one of the videos, I tell him, don't hit the camera. And 30 minutes later, guess what happens? It fucks up the tripod, bends it, and it's unusable in the back of his Blazer. So that's where my tripod is. Otherwise this video would be much better. So handles off, set that aside. Okay, so now we have a free working area to the whole and access to the whole chainsaw. So here's the throttle body, just came off. Set that to the side. Most of these screws are a Torx head, which I happen to have several of. I have an old screwdriver with a whole bunch of different bits in it that came with it that I use for pretty much anything lawn equipment, because they have everything you open up is going to have a Torx head pretty much. So that's like a must-have for working on lawn equipment. Open up a weed eater, you need a Torx head to open it. Open up a chainsaw, Torx. So it's a good thing to have on hand when you're working. I'm taking all these screws out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 1, 2, 4. My bad. So that lifts out, and you have your pull start assembly in there. Sorry, it's a little dark. Pull start assembly up in there. It's in pretty good shape. It probably needs a good oiling. Set that off to the side. And now what we're gonna do, now that we have this open, is we're gonna hold what? Huh. Okay, I see how it works. I've never seen one like that. Well, I have, just not in a while. But next we're gonna take this primer bulb off. Just simple as taking it and prying it off with a screwdriver, and then it comes out. And you're gonna want to pull the fuel lines off of it. Which is a little bit of a chore if you don't have a... Oh, shit. Got a little gas on me, not gonna kill me. So, there's a primer bulb there. Set that off to the side. I'm gonna be replacing that along with all the fuel lines. We got one fuel line out that came off with that. I'm gonna pull the spark plug cover off just for the hell of it. Take the plug out. For this, suggest using a... Oh, what the fuck? Dumbass. This guy didn't even put a chainsaw plug in there. It's just some rinky-dink spark plug. Ah, shit. I'd say that's about 9 inch. Nope, too small. 5/8. That do it? 5/8 will do it. Tightened it way too. Got that out. Spark plug's still wet from about 2 hours ago when I was trying to start it, so you can tell it's holding gas. Okay, now show you this so far. We got it pretty much broken down. Everything but the motor and the bar and such, which I'm gonna also take off. Not the motor, just the bar. But now we're gonna turn it on its side here, and there's a little black assembly that should have green numbers on the side, and it should be secured by 2 Torx head screws. You're gonna want to take the Torx head screws out set them to the side. Where's the other end? There's also going to be a clip that you're going to have to undo that's on the side of your motor. That clips your ignition wire to your motor. Set that aside, you don't want to lose that, otherwise it's going to get caught up in something. Now you want to take your screwdriver and stick it down in there and undo your other one. Now that that's out, you want to undo your wire right here. It should be yellow with a red cap, but I don't know about yours. And then you're going to want to undo the screw, and then what's going to come off of the screw is a black wire, and that's going to go back on there. This is the stator. It's going to need cleaned. I'm going to clean all the points and such. Clean the saw. A little bit of WD-40 works great on electrical. May not sound like the best idea, but it works great. Now we're going to take the bar off. What you got to do is over here on the right hand side, there's two nuts, and the bar is probably the simplest thing to take off. You take your saw wrench, put the saw towards the edge of the table, and just spin it around and around until it comes off. Once it gets loose enough, you can pull it off by hand. Set those aside so you don't lose them, because without those your saw will not cut. I don't know how long this video is so far, but sorry if I'm boring. Now that that's off, what you're going to want to do, if you can find it through all the shit, if this is an old chainsaw you don't regularly clean, which this obviously was, you're going to want to take your bar off. It would be best to loosen your bar first, but that is not an option for me due to the fact that the chainsaw is so gummed up with shit that I cannot find the tension nut or bolt. So I just slide it off and pull the bar off, and there's the bar. Got that off. Put that over there. Sorry for my camera moving. Hit it with the chainsaw. So, now that we have it mostly stripped down, I'm debating taking my clutch off or not. I probably won't. I'll probably just spray this down with gunk, which is a motor cleaner, and then spray it with the garden hose. Oh, this one doesn't have a tension thing, that's why. God, that's a lot of shit. I'm gonna have to shop vac my whole desk when this project's over. But what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to take a screwdriver and scrape all the big shit out of it, or as much as you can. You can see, well, you probably can't because of the angle, but there's a lot of it in this saw. So here's all the stuff I just got out of it. Whole bunch of stuff. Looks kind of like tobacco, but it's not. There's all the parts I've taken off. There and there, through there. So there's the saw now. It's just pretty much a motor and a case. So I'm gonna set that aside over here on the shelf, or over on that shelf, probably. No, that shelf. And gather up the parts and straighten them up, and wait to get my parts tomorrow. I'm gonna be replacing fuel lines, fuel filter, fuel primer bulb, and I may do a carburetor kit depending on what kind of condition the inside of this is, but we do not know yet. I will break this carburetor down. It's a Zama carburetor. I'll break it down here. I'll put a video up and I'll show you how to take down a carb. Thanks for watching. Bye.